We're back. So, right now it's high school football. And that means Executive Director Eddie Bout got together with the House Education Committee on yesterday. They had extensive meetings. Final conclusion, football can begin October 8th through the 10th across the state. 50% capacity for most venues, depending on how large it is. Probably the smaller schools, smaller stadiums are going to get a lower number of players, visiting fans, home fans. Your thoughts, Coach?
I'm just glad it's coming back. I mean, I know it's late, but I got to give credit to all the leaders involved, all those who spoke. There's a bunch of them right now I'm looking at, like I said, Eddie Bout, parents, coaches, and athletes from multiple schools. There have just been a whole lot of people that were really looking at, and I think it's all about the kids. Because I remember having a conversation a few weeks ago, actually when this pandemic started. I said, well, what are the kids going to do if they don't have anything in the fall? What are they going to do? Because quiet as it's kept, this is what, and you might not like the statement, but a lot of kids come to school because they know they can play sports. Someone played multiple sports, and that's why they come to school. And guess what? That's where they find mentorship.
For me personally, I'm glad that this is not 2019-2020 campaign. And not that I wanted or praying for rain, but at the end of the day, as a parent, I wouldn't want to have to decide to let my child play his senior year or tell him he has to sit out because of so many unknowns. And I'm all for moving forward as long as it's done in a careful and safe manner. But right now, we don't know what careful, we don't know what safe is.
And what I'm looking at, they're doing everything possible to make sure these kids are safe. And I think that's the key. Because at the end of the day, you can opt out. You don't have to play. They're not making you play sport. Now that's one thing about high school sports. No one is making you play. Just like in the NFL. You got people from the Patriots. They got about 6-7 guys that are as safe as possible.
All right, Coach. So I'm gonna give you a name, and since we're talking football, let me hear your thoughts on their season for this 2020-21 campaign. Let's start with 5A state champion Acadiana Wrecking Rams.
Well, the name says it all. The Wrecking Rams. They found a way. They always seem to find a way to adjust as far as their offense and defense. They're known for their defense, but they're also known for their offensive efficiency because they grind you to get. Now they used to run. I haven't seen their offense in a long time, but I do know this: the offense they used to run, it was a grinded. They were going to grind you up with the running game. They got some solid players, I'm sure, coming back. They do a great job in the off season. They do a great job in the off season. Those kids. They're ready to go. They have a culture there, a winning culture. They're going to be in the hunt. They are going to be in the hunt.
New head coach Matt McCullough definitely in his first year. It's an amazing feat in your first year as a full-time head football coach that you go and you win a state championship. He definitely stuck with the old motto of ground and pound.
Yes, sir.
So, congratulations to Coach McCullough. Let's go and see if we can find a 318 or 418. I'm going to try to stay close to home for you on this one. 1 second is up. Plaquemine Green Devils.
I've seen Plaquemine a few times. I've done, I've worked some games with them. I've seen them. They usually have some athletes out there. Their coaching is well documented, and they're always in the hunt. They're one of those teams that if you put on the schedule, you better put them on there early. Because if you put them on there late, they're into a grind. I mean, they're on a roll this year.
Right. 3A, we're going to look at Wasma Wildcats and head coach Maurice Pollard. Coach Pollard is a first-year head coach at the Dub. He's come in. He has pounded discipline into those kids. He's asking them to do some things that they haven't been asked to do over the last couple of years, and that is fight. Like, not saying that Coach Smith didn't say fight in the game, but it wasn't that kind of fight that Coach Pollard is asking them to do now. He's asking them to fight with the little things that get you prepared for sports leading up to the football. And that's called being accountable. Being accountable for your actions.
That's right.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And let's go.
Do all the little things. You know, go to class. Sit up front. Do all those things. You got those are the little things you got to do. Yeah, you know what I'm because I'm a coach. You know what I'm talking about. So so and then it all will transpire onto the football field. It's like I said before. A lot of these kids live to come to school because they know they're gonna get a little nurturing from the teachers. They're gonna get a couple of attaboys from their coaches, and they want to perform on Friday night. But if you want to be consistently out there and winning, the winning culture doesn't start on Thursday night. It starts in the off season. Are you handling your business in the off season? Are you getting your grades right so you don't have to worry about coach have to come look for? Does he have to come check on you every time? Does he have to go beg for a teacher to get a grade because you ain't been there? That's the kind of stuff. Coaches don't need that kind of headache. The only kind of headache I used to love to have is he healthy? Can he go? If he can't go, next man up.
Last one is the Fairy Trojans. They are the 1A state champions. And when I say they, I mean Coach Stanley Smith and company. They are looking to repeat. They lost some key players last year, but guess what? It's called fill in. I mean, next man up. I mean, get in there and fight, son. Get in there and play. So Fairy is looking to play the same style of football that they played last year, and that is right up close and personal in your face. The thing that really impressed me most about the Fairy Trojans is that they don't have a ton of numbers, but yet they competed with 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A.
That's right. And
averaged a season scoring mark of 54 plus points per game.
Man, that's awesome. I remember coming back home from working a game, and we went through Faraday, and they must have just went. That was the game that was going to send them to the dome, and the people were all out in the street, and it was like, what in the world's going on? Oh, they just won the semifinal. They going to the dome, and people were out there, and they were just having a good time, but nobody, everybody was just enjoying the fact it brings communities together. A little town like Faraday with a team like that, it's amazing what a good sports program can do. That brings teams. This is something they'll never forget the rest of their lives. But guess what? Those players that are coming back, this is when coach is gonna find out how good a coach he is. And I've always said this: one of the toughest things we had to do as coaches at Southern, if we just won the title, we had to convince them, hey, that's over. People are looking for us. It's almost like they can't wait to see if something goes wrong. They're looking for us. Is there going to be a crack in the armor? Who's going to be the guy that causes his team to fall down? And when I talk about Faraday. So he's got to be able to convince his guys that run is over. You guys pretty much have to set your own standard now. That team is gone. Let's get ready to go. Don't worry, that last year, the championship is on. I don't want to hear about all that. We got to worry about next game. Who's the next man up, the next quarterback, the next running back, D lineman, whatever. it's time you got to take that to another level and forget about last year.
There you have it, from Coach Smith to Coach Smith. Keep those guys focused.
That's right.
From the ball coach to the ball coach.